Hey guys, Wolfie here with a video for the city of Final Fantasy Opera Amiel Global. You guys know what day it is by now. I'm not going to say it. This is going to be the Strago Event information. Now, I was going to do a couple of videos here and there, not necessarily for DFFOO, but I've been sick for most of this week with a really nasty cold. So I've been at home for this week thus far. And I've been, fighting off, getting better, all that good stuff, getting some sleep, that sort of thing. So my apologies for being quiet for the past few days. I've been sick with a cold, and a pretty nasty one too. So, anyway, I will be referring to the Tonberry trip and the City of database website. So I will have the links pertaining to both resources in the description below, and the usual disclaimer: any opinion in this video is my opinion only. I will be doing a free multi-pull from the protagonist banner, because for some of you that may not know, I'm only missing the EX weapon for Bart and Dark Knight Cecil. If I don't get it within this banner, it's not the end of the world. So with that bit out of the way, I will meet you all at the home screen. And before I do that, I will mention here that Realm's second rework, aka the Realm Rework Analysis, will be a completely separate video. So now I will meet you all at the home screen for real. I am back as promised, so we're going to go over some information here in the notices part of the in-game news of the game. So we're going to go over something, believe it or not, something kind of different, before we get into the meat of the video. Now we're going to go into the artifact token exchange. It's going to get a revamp, so this is one of those, pause the video, take a screenshot, because this is important to know when it comes to the artifact tokens, all that good stuff going forward. So I'm going to say here this with my opinion on this. This has been coming for global, because I do know JP has something along the lines of this for a while. So this is something that's been coming for global, and I'm excited to see how this goes about, especially when there's going to be more information about this in the upcoming stream, which should be next Monday. So now with that bit out of the way, like I said, the Realm Rework Analysis, alongside more information on her EX weapon post-realization, that's going to be a completely separate video. So either way, we're going to go into the 7-day gem sale in accordance to the Strago Global debut. And he made his debut on Global about 15 minutes ago, so this is really, really fresh. So with this is pretty much the 7-day gem sale. It's all the goodies you see here. Good stuff all around. And this is for those who are pay to play, FYI. Now we're going to get into the banner that's for the event. So this has the global debut of Strago's entire kit, meaning that his 1535 EX and LD weapons. This is the final banner for Kefka's EX weapon. Now this also has the 1535 EX weapons for Realm and Ashe. So this, and I've said this before, this does have a free multi-pull. For those of you who don't believe me, it's right here in yellow. Now with Strago, I will be completely real here, is that the timing for him is not so good, because you have a couple other units coming along and set to their debut, meaning Kurosame and Gladiolis. Those are highly sought after by the community in varying degrees. You also have the LD and burst weapon for Kuja. That's highly sought after. I will say though, with Kuja, the thing with his LD and his burst weapon, his LD actually comes back. And when it comes back when Y'shtola gets her burst and LD weapon. So it's around that time frame. So for those who miss out on Kuja's LD, do know that it does come back. So, but either way, Strago he's considered a trap. But again, the banner itself, it does have a free multi. So for those of you who are skipping out on the free multi, you might be missing out in there, because he's a really good unit for what he does. And speaking of that, we're going to go into the event information itself. So you may have heard me reveal the other two banner mates for Strago, which meaning that's Realm and Ashe. So the artifact token, 600 gems for the respective gold, the Idoja artifacts for them. And some people are thinking, why is Ashe here? The thing is with Ashe is that depending on the skill you use with her, it raises the party's magic attack or physical attack, and that's needed for the type of boss we're about to see with Strago's event. So, and with that, and speaking of Strago, Realm, and Ashe, their character enhancement boards are up and ready for them to be enhanced. Now you have character lines for the 3 in the Dissidia Points exchange as well. Strago, if memory serves me correctly, he is of the Green Crystal family. I'm not 100% sure. I do have to double check, so don't quote me. So basically, this is skill 1. Skill 2 is skill 1 is Quasar. Skill 2 is Brave to Death. The thing you do need to know about skill 2 for Strago is that you have to monitor the enemy's bravery. If it's at an even number, this will freaking hit. If not, and by this, and it's the auto break. There is a condition, so you have to be really, really careful here. Now, if, let's say you have him on a team with somebody who can bring the bravery down to 0, this will proc off. Now you have here for skill 1, the extension. This is the information you see here. And this is the extension for skill 2. Now we have here the crystal passive extension for the additional ability. This is set Soul Thamasa attack up, which is really damn good. And this is the information you see here. Now, I will say, though, with Strago, and this is my personal opinion on him, I would rather have him with a support that can extend the duration of the buffs he has on himself. Because you're talking about one of the buffs that only lasts 2 turns. It's one of those, it's like, if you don't have an extension on him, he's not going to be as good as people think of him to be. The only reason why I'm pulling for him because he's a favorite. And I go after my favorites a lot quicker than the meta. Unless favorite is part of the meta. Now for the event itself, you have Strago, Realm, Ashe. You have Emperor coming along as Lost Chapter Synergy and Kefka as Burst Weapon Synergy. Now the thing here is, like I said, the only reason why I am pulling on for him is because he's a favorite. If he weren't a favorite, I would probably have done just the multi and that's it. The free multi and that's it. That's just how I operate here. Now pertaining to the Chaos Challenge quest, I'm going to go back to the synergy you have for this. So probably a really good strategy here would be, depending on how well developed Emperor and Kefka are, it's probably going to be one of those two, Strago, and the same thing for Realm and Ashe. It depends on which one of those two you have better developed. Now, me personally, if I were to pick here, I probably would be going with Strago, Realm, and Kefka because Realm has excellent turn manipulation. Strago because, of course, Strago, and Kefka, he can cripple the enemy, especially when you prepare him accordingly. Now, Ashe is a last resort, in my personal opinion. So that is that on that. We're gonna go into the protagonist banner. So we're doing the free multi here and now. So here we go. And I will say though that for all my pulls thus far, the protagonist banner have been nothing but dupes. I had nothing to work with, so. Okay. Now here is the interesting story behind Cloud's 35. I am from back in the first anniversary. Back on the first anniversary, I actually got tokens to go after his 35 that way. Now, had I known about this now, I probably would have used them on somebody else. So that's all I got to say on that. And I want to say I have this one already. Yep, nothing but dupes. So, what are my final thoughts and conclusions here? So, I'll be real here, is like I said before, Strago is considered to be a trap event, in the sense of people may be pulling for him, people may be pulling for somebody else. And that is legitimate, and this is where people are going to be starting looking at their resources like, I can't really do this because I'm that low. But at the same time, to counter that, you have Ultimate Bahamut coming along, not in the near future, alongside Act 2, Chapter 11, Part 2. So you have a couple of known places to regather your resources, alongside the upcoming Lost Chapters, as well as Kurosame. So there really is no reason why people shouldn't be grinding if they're that concerned about resources. Now, like I said before, the Realm Rework Analysis video, that is a completely separate video. I do have to test her out here and there to give my thoughts and opinions on that. Now, the whole thing with Ashe, I do feel that she's one of those characters where people are going to underestimate her. And knowing that Strago's Lost Chapter is not on JP, though, I do feel that Ashe will be given the LD over Realm for the reason that one of them being Ashe has been in the game longer than Realm. So I think they're going to be giving this one to Ashe instead of Realm. But I don't think people should be underestimating Ashe, because she can raise up the type of attack to the party when needed, and this is the type of event that does that. So I'm going to get going right now so I can do the event. With Wolvie here, signing off. I will catch you all on the flip side.